Hey y'all. Hey. Let me get my hat together. Let me get my swag together. Listen, good morning. Good morning. It's almost afternoon, but it's still morning time here in Cali. It's your girl, Dr. Ju. It's been a minute, but y'all know the drill. Come on, say with me. Wake up and where, wake up and where, wake up and where. I know it's 11 o'clock in the morning here on the West Coast, West Side, but I wanted to come live this morning. Number one, because I had not done a Wake Up and Win Live in a minute. And I wanted to share this time with you all. Today is a very special day. It's a very special day for me, but it's also a very special day in the history of our Wake Up and Win. It is my oldest son Daniel's birthday, and you all know, if you've been following this channel, if you've listened to any of our past podcasts and shows, you know that Wake Up and Win was inspired um, through the loss of my son, Daniel Brown, who was killed in 2018. And then out of that, I started doing the Wake Up and Win personal challenge to myself, to just wake up and start winning. So as a means to getting up, but also managing my grief. And so today is his birthday. Today would be his 32nd birthday. It would be his 32nd birthday. And it's been a tough 7 years. And so if you've been a part of any of our past shows, you can listen to any of those and just hear the journey and know more about how I've been managing getting through grief. So you all know, but just I want to kind of bring everybody up to speed as you're watching this and listening to the replay of this. But you all know the drill. You all know the drill, that we say that we wake up and win, knowing that we can go through a major loss, recover, restore, rebuild, and get back out there and win again. And that's really what I've been doing, y'all. That's really what I have been doing. Um, is waking up and winning. That's what I have been working on. Um, Hold on, I got a little technical challenge going on. Don't y'all go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. Hey. So that's what I have been working on, is waking up and winning. So we did the little preview, but now let's get into it. Come on, say with me, wake up and win, wake up and win, wake up and win. So today being my oldest son Daniel's birthday, I wanted to share with you this message. And you all know our stance. I'm going to say it again, is that you can go through a major loss, recover, restore, rebuild, and get back out there and win again. You go through a major loss, recover, restore, rebuild, and get back out there and win again. And so, as I was saying, that I've been out here winning, part of why you all haven't seen me here on Wake Up and Win, the podcast, and doing um, my weekly spots, is because I've been out here winning, y'all. In 2020, we started the nonprofit in Daniel's honor. And a year ago, we got a huge grant. And so mama been working. I have been getting through my grief, working in the community, working with other organizations, doing some collaboration, power building, working with other moms who've also lost a child to community violence. And we've been out here winning. And so when I say that you can go through a major loss, recover, restore, rebuild, and get back out there, win again, I am not just telling you what I think. I am telling you what I have come to know to be true about life, true about God, that God will give us what we need to get back out there and win again. And listen, I got on my happy hoodie today. It's cold out. It's cold in LA right now, y'all. So I'm bundled up and it's cold in my office. But um, and let me say this. Let me go back. It is my son's 32nd birthday. Trust me, I've had part of why I got some makeup on right now. And you can see my eyes a little puffy because I did weep. I did weep. My body remembers having a baby on this day. My body, my mind, everything about me remembers it. And so when this day comes, my body physically responds because it remembers that there's a child was born today. And because I was in active labor, hard labor for 36 hours, yesterday the depression like hit. Like, it was hard for me to do much of anything. Um, and so I had to work through that. I was on a Zoom call at work, like struggling. And then I got a little bit of my wind. And this last night, it was very hard and heavy. And but I got a little bit of an energy swoop right now. So I was like, let me go live right now while my energy is up. And then at 1 o'clock, because Daniel was born at 1, I'm going to meet with a friend and we're going to just release a couple of balloons in his honor. But my message for anyone who has lost a child to community violence or lost a child, period. But I do want to speak specifically to those who've lost children through community violence. And if you go to my podcast, the People's Mic podcast, so you can see that on YouTube, look for the People's Mic podcast. That's where I talk about community and community engagement. I talk with other individuals that do community engagement work. There are two episodes on there that speak directly to the issue of community violence and gun violence in particular. And so while I recognize that no matter what it was that happened to your child, that you lost your child, this is for mothers and fathers, um, that grief is excruciating and it's so hard to live through because you had to live through the grief. It doesn't go away, you live through it. And so my message to any parent or anyone who's lost a child to violence or any means, but I do have a specific message for parents who've lost their child through violence. And that is this, what I'm learning. I don't have the answer, God knows. I don't have the answer, but what I have found to be important to my healing journey is remaining in community, working with community, working with other individuals to keep their children from being a victim to community violence. And so part of why you all haven't seen me here, because sis been working. I have been working in community, working with other families who are also going through grief, working with organizations that working with young people, right? Um, because what I recognize is while I'm not able to pour into my son, who would be a young adult, well, 32 is an adult, but that's still a young adult for me. Um, but particularly teenagers and young adults, um, is my resolve is that what I cannot do for my own, I want to pour into others. And I've been doing a lot of work with getting connected more with my nephews. I have nephews that are one of my nephews had a birthday day before yesterday, so his birthday is right around Daniel's, and then I have three godsons that are all within that late 20s, early 30s range, and so I have found it very healing to pour into these other young men who are around the same age as Daniel, um, and then pour into community. And this does not negate grief. This does not negate the pain, the suffering. Like I said, I was up in the middle of the night weeping and sobbing because that's part of this process. But I also have found it to be very healing to weep and to work, to feel the sorrow and to serve. And so what I'm really offering to you today on my son's birthday, his 32nd heavenly birthday, is we don't have to choose one or the other. We can weep and we can work. We can be sorrowful and we can serve. We can grieve and we can be grateful or happy. Happiness is contingent upon outside factors, but I'm choosing happiness today, right? I'm choosing joy and celebration as a practice today, not as a feeling, as a practice. And so getting on here brings me joy. Sharing this message with you all brings me joy. And so, again, I just want to offer to anyone who's lost a loved one, but particularly to families, moms, dads who've lost a child. I want to just encourage you that you can grieve and be grateful, that you can weep and still get out there and work, that you can feel your sorrow and continue to serve. We do not have to choose one or the other. And the people that love us, the people that love me, even though they know I had to get up and go to work today and I got things I got to do, they also know that I'm hurting. And so they checked in on me, and I really appreciate that. And so on my son's 32nd heavenly birthday, I am going to go release some balloons at 1 o'clock because he was born at 1 o'clock. But I just want to encourage you to keep getting up, and you don't have to choose one space or the other. Now, if it helps you to choose one space or the other because that's part of your grieving journey or your grief journey, that's hey, do what you got to do. But I just want to encourage you, you don't have to choose. You don't have to choose. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can be in both spaces at the same time. You can be in both spaces at the same time. And so I also want to make two invitations. Number one, um, we do have an organization that works with families who've lost children to community violence. So follow us on Instagram at SCCEC at SCCECLA. That's short for Southern California Community Empowerment Corporation in Los Angeles. We have bi-weekly gatherings for families dealing with grief and loss of any kind. And then we have two events coming up. Saturday, we have a Harvest Fest coming up that you can join us in. So all that's going to be in the description below. And then we also have December. We have a paint party coming up. It's a paint and sip kind of situation, but we ain't sipping. I mean, we might sip Kool-Aid or lemonade, but that's about it. Um, but then we also have our bi-weekly events. And then 2026, we have some more really wonderful in-person events happening, all centered around faith and mental wellness and how we process through grief and loss. And so follow us there, follow us there, get connected with us, and know that even on days like this, we can still count it a win. Not because I lost my son. That's not the win. The win is getting up, going through the process of recovery from rebuilding, and getting back out there and winning. The win is putting some clothes on. The win is there to apply some makeup. The win is put on this cute little pink hoodie, and it says Hip Hop Smoothie Shop. I am a board member of Creating Justice here in LA, and this is one of our programs. One of the programs, Hip Hop Smoothie Shop. You can actually look it up, Google it. Um, but yeah, I'm choosing joy and celebration as a practice, and I'm grieving, and I'm sorrowful, and I'm hurting, but I'm also choosing joy as a practice, and I don't have to choose one or the other. I'm doing both, and you can too. So be encouraged and know that we can go through a major loss, recover, restore, rebuild, get back out the win. But we do it best when we do it in community. We do it best when we do it in community. So blessings to you, and happy heavenly 32nd birthday, Daniel. Mommy loves you. Y'all have a great day. Peace.